Welcome back to the Crochet Piece channel, and today we are doing the foundation single crochet, abbreviated as FSC, and this is what it looks like when you're completed. And this stitch is used for, let's say you have to do a pattern that calls for a long chain, like let's say 100 chains and then single crochet on top of the 100 chains. Well, that's 2 steps and it can be a little daunting. So this allows you to be able to do both those steps in one instead of separately. So it saves you a little bit of time. So yeah, you can start, this pattern can be done from anything, for blankets. This is a good technique to use if you're making a blanket and your blanket is starting out with a chain and a row of single crochet, or you could just start your blanket with a chain and a row of single crochet and then build on from there. Okay, so as usual, I want you to take a look at the stitch to identify what it looks like when it's completed. So this would be the top of our work up here, and then this is our bottom. It gives it a little bit of a little fancy look because it looks like it has 2 I guess you could say it looks like it has a chain on the side and then a single crochet on the top, which I guess it does. So to begin with this, you're going to, of course, do your slip knot, and you're going to start out with just 2 chains. Okay, so slip knot and then 2 chains, 1 and 2, and try not to make your chains too tight, because then it makes it a little difficult to get back into them. So this is one of those stitches I want you to really take a look. So this is the front of the work, right? These are the 2 chains. It has the 2 legs of the chain. So the front leg, the back leg, or what we call the front loop and the back loop, okay? And then you can look on the back, and it has that back bump that's back there. It kind of sticks out. It's kind of hard to see at this point when the chain is so small, but it just kind of sticks out in the back there, this little piece right here. So with the foundation single crochet, we're gonna go through. Now if you see, again, this one happens to be yellow because of the yarn I'm using. This yellow one is my front loop, this orange one is my back loop, and then there's an orange back bump. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna go through this back loop, because you see how I turned it over to the side, so that's why it's the back loop. So I'm going to go through the back loop and the back bump. I'm going to put both of those onto the hook. So I'm going to pick up this piece here, and I'm going to pick up this piece on the back end as well. So now it looks like I have 3 loops on my hook. This is the starting loop. It really doesn't count. This counts as 1 piece right here. Okay, so now that I've inserted, and I want to go through that one more time just so that you can see it. Okay, so this is my chain, right? And this is the chain as if it's like flat. Okay, so if my chain was flat, then I'm going into that back loop back there, and then I'm picking up the back bump that kind of lays there in the background. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and yarn over and take off this piece right here. Okay, both of those little pieces are coming off, because they really operate as one. All right, so I'm taking that off, and then I'm going to yarn over, and I'm gonna take off just the middle. I'm back to having 2 loops on my hook again. And then I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to take off the bottom 2 loops. Okay. All right. So now this is what my piece looks like. Now, here's something important to identify, and this is why I use this type of yarn with these variation of colors, so that you can kind of decipher what is what. See how these two pieces right here, this gray and this orange, are closer together, and then you have this third piece that's kind of hanging out in the background? That's how one foundational single crochet is completed. That's how you know that this is done. So you're always going to have these two that snug up together, and then you're going to have this one that's kind of lingering in the background. Okay? All right. So that was one. So now going forward, what we're going to be picking up is this piece right here, right? So out of these 1, 2, and 3, this third one, and then the little back bump that's right directly behind it. Okay? So go ahead and pick up that front one, and then that back there. Okay? And so this is, remember, we started with something similar to this. This is considered one piece. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and yarn over, take off this middle piece, yarn over, again, take off the middle, 2 loops on, yarn over, and take off 2. Okay? And that's our work. And that's one stitch created again. You see these two groups together, right? And then you have this third piece right here on the back. And we're going to go in through this one and then this piece back here. We're going to keep doing that. So let's go ahead and pick up this one in the front and pick up that one in the back. Okay, yarn over, take off this middle grouping, 2 loops on, yarn over, take off this middle loop, 2 loops on, yarn over, and take off the 2 bottom loops. 1 made. And you see, once again, you have your cluster, your 3 trio. 1, 2, and then 3. These 2 that's snug together, and then this one that is holding up the rear. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick this up and pick up that back one, and then yarn over and take off that middle, yarn over, take off the middle, yarn over, and take off the bottom 2. 1 foundation single crochet completed. Okay, and you see it's completed, right? As we have our look that we're going for. And we're just going to continue to do that for as many times as you need it. So if you need 100 chains and then single crochet on top of those 100, then you're going to do this 100 times essentially. All right. And so same thing, yarn over, take off the grouping, 2 loops on, yarn over, take off the middle, yarn over, and take off the bottom 2. Okay. Good. And so that whole, all of those steps, starting with this one, that insertion, yarn over, middle grouping off, yarn over, middle loop off, yarn over, bottom 2 off. All of that is it completes 1 foundation single crochet. All right, and you just keep going, and eventually you'll have this. Okay, that's it for now. Happy crocheting.